Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not. Welcome back to the road to Halloween Horror Month 2025. It's day 2. And I'm going to talk about an episode of Tales from the Crypt today. But before we do that, we got to add to the background. So, day 2, we got another steelbook. The Child's Play Blu-ray steelbook, which I just got, kind of bland on them. And the inside is really not either. But here we go. I'm going to place it right. So there we are. So we are going to talk about the episode of Tales from the Crypt entitled Cutting Cards. Season 2, Episode 3. Now, once upon a moon ago, I reviewed the entire first season with intention to continue, and then didn't. My channel went further, higher, further, faster, baby. And it just sort of went away from that. But, yeah. I was kind of figuring out what episode to cover. It's either this or The Switch. The Switch was directed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I decided to go with this because I kind of wanted to watch this episode again. I saw it many moons ago, back when I got the DVDs. So, yeah, it stars Lance Henriksen and Kevin Teague. Lance Henriksen, of course, you know from Terminators and Terminator, Aliens, Hellraiser, Hellworld. He's been in a lot of stuff. Man's Best Friend, which at this point I haven't decided if I'm going to cover it on Halloween Horror Month yet. I'm still trying to figure out the schedule, what I'm going to do. So, yeah. And it's directed by Walter Hill, who directed 48 Hours, another 48 Hours, The Warriors, not Streets of Rage, but Streets of Fire. There we go. Streets of Rage is a video game. Streets of Fire, among other projects. So, yes. And while this episode is done very well, I feel like it goes at a decent pace, and then when we get to what the actual attraction is supposed to be, it cuts, and we're just sort of left hanging on something. What we're doing is ripped from underneath of us, and then we just see the end product, and it's product, and it's just kind of underwhelming, a little disappointing. So this tells of two rivals, Lou and Sam, Sam replaces Lou from the comic. Sam and, I'm going to call him the cowboy because I can't remember his name. Does it say in here what it is? No, there's no. They're constant rivals. And after being fed up and playing a game of poker, they decide to play a real man's game. Russian roulette. Yeah, the thing where you put a bullet inside a gun, spin the barrel, and then just go at it. Yeah. So I get confused by this. Well, this whole sequence is really fucking good. And it hinges on these two actors. They sell it. One, I don't think we needed the interruption from the guy who thinks that they're validated parking. I don't think we needed that. That kind of pulls out the tension a little bit. But also, I get confused because we're going back and forth, right? And I'm counting. And there's 6 bullets in there. Okay. 5-1. 4-1. 2-1. Oh, that's where I got confused. They're saying the odds, and I'm thinking it's how many bullets are left. So at one point, Kevin Teague says, "Oh, it's the cowboy. It's not Harrison. 2-1. I like the odds. I can do the odds." And he fires it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's it. Then he's like, 2 of them left. 50-50. And I'm like, wait, you just said... I wasn't listening right. Yeah, okay, so there's 2 left. So here's the situation. Here's what you do. You get out of it right now. You point the gun at your opponent, you fire the gun. It doesn't go off, you fire it again quickly before they can do anything. Dead, you walk away. Now, I know that means the cops are going to come after you, but, in this situation, no. You know that? Nothing. Then we're down to Henriksen. Right? So he has it. He's ready to take the bullet. Nothing. After this 10-minute tour de force of a scene in this episode, it ends with nothing. They give up. Kevin Teague gives a reason. He's like, the ammo might have been wet and old and it didn't work. Oh, you cheated. You turned out cheated. That's exactly what you did. You know what? New game. Chop poker. I could have went for more of this. Actually, this is where the episode really started to get good, and then it just sort of pulled out because it chopped poker. So you do. There's no chips or nothing. You play a hand. You can get cards. I'll take 3 cards. I'll take 2. Play your hand. Whoever's a higher hand wins. Lowest hand gets a body part chopped off. Fingers first, obviously. So they play the first hand. Henriksen wins. Teague's finger gets chopped off. Play the second hand. Henriksen wins. Another finger of Teague's gets chopped off. Third hand. I do like when they get rid of the third hand, Henriksen goes, hey, careful, don't get any blood on there. I won't. No, because I know where you are about marked cards now. Well, that's actually kind of smart. Play the third hand. Teague wins. Henderson then tries to say, I'll give you one of your fingers back. I'll have him sew it back on. I don't think that's how it works. So your bone is connected to it. You sew it back on, it's not going to... They always say that in movies, we'll sew it back on. It's not going to work right. It's going to flop around because the bone's not connected. It's like, no, I'm on a roll now. Well, you got one. So it chops off Henderson's finger, and then it cuts. They're in what I presume to be a mental hospital at this point. They're might as well call them both Bob, because they're paraplegic now. They got no arms, no legs, and they're sitting there playing checkers with their noses moving the pieces. King me. Oh, you left me a 3. Oh, no. Like, they're not going to stop. Even though they have no body parts, they're not going to stop fighting. Give me the gum. And they kind of put their noses together or something. I don't know. Yeah, kind of a bum ending. I understand it's how the comic went. And you have the constraints of this being a half-hour episode. Could have used more. Like, while the Russian roulette sequence was awesome, best part of the episode, I could have used more of the chopped poker. Because it's like, you see the aftermath, and you wonder, how did they get there? How did they do that? Well, how? And once it got to the point, because you're sitting there and your brain starts moving. They got no limbs. Both of them got no limbs. So who was holding the cards for who? Who chopped off the fingers? How did it go? How far? How long did it take? I could have used a montage. Could have told it in a montage. I could have used a montage to show me, what is going on. It just cuts, and they're paraplegic. They got no freaking limbs, and it's just confusing as hell. The acting in this episode is fantastic, especially during that Russian roulette scene. But like I said, didn't need that guy to interrupt. Don't know what he was doing there. kind of just not needed. Maybe he's in a comics. I don't know, but he's not needed. I do want to point out that the bartender from the beginning of this episode was also the doctor, the operator, the surgeon in the Switch, the previous episode from this. Just want to point that out. The Crypt Keeper, which is what everyone wants to talk about. Keeper segments. He starts off playing poker, and then when we after the episode is over, he is making finger food. Literally, he is frying fingers in a frying pan. Finger food. Making jokes, but I don't want to go out on a limb. Yeah, making those jokes. It's a classic episode. I just wish it was longer. I wanted more of the chop poker, especially when that's what the name cutting cards means. And I know the comic cutaway too, so you could say it's faithful there, but I wanted more. I just wanted more of it. And that's how good this episode is, where it's good enough, but I wanted more. And you could say if you added more, it wouldn't be as good. Sure, could be better. But, I just wanted more, damn it. I'm just saying. Really not much else to say, really. There's not much of a cast outside some background actors. The guy who's there during, I don't know why, dealing the cards, I guess. The dealer. I guess you want to call him the dealer. But, I could have used, that's what I want, a montage of playing the cards and cutting the fingers and stuff, set to, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. That's what I wanted. Give me the gambler with the chopping off the body parts. That's what I want. But yeah, that's the episode. Like I said, pretty good episode. Just needed a little more. You wet my whistle. I want more. I'm still thirsty, baby. I want more. Just saying. So what are your thoughts on this episode? Leave a comment, tell me if you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.